Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria. In today's tutorial, I'll be looking at how to cut and sew this beautiful dart manipulation gown. If this is what you are really interested in, please stay tuned as we're about to start. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe. So in our last tutorial, we go ahead to draft the basic body. So this is the result we have. So be using this pattern for this particular tutorial. So next thing we'll be doing is we use 3x3 neckline for the front. So we'll be coming down by 4 inches for the front and then ½ inch for the side, which is 3.5 to 7 inches in total. So after that, I'll just go ahead to cut it out. So this is serving as the front pattern. So this is what we have, and next thing we'll be doing is we're going to use our scissor and then slash it at the midpoint, which is the waist point. Then we use our scissors to cut out the darts. Can you see what I'm doing? Cut out all the darts, cut it out just like so. So next thing we'll be doing is we're going to be eliminating the darts by using our masking tape to tape all of them down. So look at the way I'm placing it properly. I make sure it aligns very well. So when I place it, I remove masking tape, place and remove masking tape. So I'm going to do that till I get to the bust point, just as you can see. So that's all you're going to do. This place is so long and it takes a whole lot, but you just have to be very patient. So after doing that, I'll come down to the waist point. I'll also eliminate the darts by putting the masking tape. I put the masking tape, I cut, I put, I cut and put, just as you can see in the video. So I make sure I cut it very well so that it doesn't stress me. So after fixing that part, I also go to the side and that's the bust dart. Then I also fix it. So this is what we have for the front. You get? Can you see? Then we'll go down to the waist, which is the skirt part now. So we are going to do exact same thing we did for the upper part. We are just going to eliminate the darts by using our masking tape to close the whole part. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to be joining them together. You know it is a gown before we slash it at the waist part. So we are just going to join the gown together. We are going to join it using the masking tape also. So make sure when you are joining it, don't allow any allowance at the midpoint. Everything should be joined properly. So can you see, this is what we have. So now the next thing we'll be doing is what? The next thing we'll be doing is you are going to determine how and where you'll be placing your curve and your cuts. You get? So on the down part, I went in by 3 inches. I curved to the left hand side and then I curved to the right hand side. So the purpose of this is for you to have the darts eliminate. Now in this part now, what I want to tell you now is anything that you are slashing, make sure you slash through the dart so that the tension on the bust on the waist side of the dart will reduce. You see that the way we have pinned it, you cannot use this to cut on your fabric, you get? So we have to slash it all through. So that is why you see that while I was trying to make this curve and then all this slash, it wasn't really easy. You just have to be very creative and then do any styles that come to your mind. So I make sure I pass through the bust point so that all the tension on this and that part will reduce. So I discovered that I haven't touched this part of the bust, so I went ahead to slash it again, make a mark from that bust point down to the shoulder of the other part, then I'll connect it. So this is just about the dart manipulation, cutting and then the marking. So I'll just go ahead to label it where I'll be putting the red fabric, the blue fabric and then the nude fabric. Now I made use of 3 colors. So the whole thing here is make sure you cut where there is a dart, yes, in order to reduce the tension. So look at the way I cut mine. I cut through the both dart on the bust point. I also cut through the both dart on the waistline. So in order for us to be able to place it and it will lay very flat on our pattern. So this thing is just all about creativity. So you can decide on any part you choose to use. So guys, after that we just go ahead to cut them off. So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to cut the ones that I've marked out. So I've cut out the red parts. Then I'll proceed in cutting the rest part. just as you can see. Can you notice anything? The more we cut, the more the pattern begin to relax. You see all those gaping there. As we cut through the bust dart and everything, all of them have what? Relaxed properly. So now back to the back. We have one piece for the back. I've also gone ahead to eliminate the dart just as we did for the front by using our masking tape. So we initially use 1 and then 3 inches for the neck depth of the back. So now we are going to be extending it to be 3.5, and then we are going to what? Make use of a stylish neckline. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to say. So this is me just trying to use my cuff to connect the back neckline properly. So after marking it to the 3.5, on that point we are going to come down by 1 inches, just as you can see. Come down by 1 inches. So after coming down by 1 inch, you discover that the back of the dress has a circle, something just like a stylish neckline that they usually use for corset. So on the chest line, I'll go up by 2 inches, just as you can see. So just make sure you keep your eye on the video and watch very well. So on that point where I went up by 2 inches, I will also go in by 3 inches, just as you can see. So I don't want it to be too wide, just a moderate something, since it's just like a corporate gown, you get. So I just try to like use my free hand and then try to connect it. I discovered that the curve was not really giving, so I think I'll just have to use my free hand to make the little bit of circle that is at the back of the neckline. I believe you can understand what I'm trying to say. So this is it. So just go ahead to what? Cut it off. So before that, you are going to what? Put another design on the back. Yes, you are going to slash through the back, because you cannot cut the back like this on pattern. So I'm just trying to like make some little design. I told you this is just about creativity. I don't even know this is what I'll arrive at. So I'm just trying to like slash through. You see that I'm slashing through the what? Waistline, right? I'm slashing through the waistline. So from that shoulder to the waistline, then from that side again, then I make sure I pass through the other darts on the waist, you get. So can you see what I'm trying to do? So that is what I'll be doing. You see that I'm not focused, or you see the way I'm just like trying to see what it will come out. So it's just about your creativity. So I think I later decided to come down by 2 inches on that part. Then I'll just go ahead to draw a curve, and then I make sure it passes through the dart, you get, so that when I cut it will lay flat very well. So this is the design I have for the back. I believe it's nice because it is just about trying and see. So at the end of the day, you see what you're going to come up with. So after that, we are going to what? Label our pattern. Yes, just as we did for the front. So the upper part remains a nude, blue, and then nude, just as you can see from the thumbnail. So that is it for the back pattern. So we'll just go ahead to cut it off, just as you can see. Then I make sure I cut out the neckline properly. Yes, I make sure I cut it in a circular form. So that is it. So I've gone ahead to place it. Sorry I fast forwarded, but I just went ahead to place it on the pattern just as I have marked, and then I've gone ahead to place it, leaving ½ inch all around in order for me to use and join it. So first join will be the red to the upper parts. Yes, so can you see I've joined the 2 reds? Yes, I've joined the 2 red, and then this is what we have. So next thing we'll be joining the nude, just as you can see. I've gone ahead to join it. I think it's moving very fast now. So next is a blue. You see the way I arrange it on the ground, so that's how I'll be joining it. I'll join this. So guys, after joining it, this is what we have, and then look at the back. And also I've gone ahead to turn the neckline for the back. I believe you can see it properly. So that is it. I make 2 pieces for the back, so that I'll use it to turn the back neckline. So this thing is just basically how you do your normal dress, but the thing that is hard there is just a pattern of cutting and then pattern of drafting. So I believe you understand to this part. So I've gone ahead to close the neckline with the up and the down part of of both the back and the front. Yes, so what I'll be doing now is I'll be joining the shoulders together. Can you see? So I'll join the shoulders together using our ½ inch we added earlier while we were cutting. So I'll just go to the sewing machine and join the shoulders together. So guys, after joining the shoulders together, this is what we have. Can you see our gown is coming out already? So next thing we'll be doing is we're going to be fixing our sleeve. So I've gone ahead to cut this basic sleeve. Can you see? I've gone ahead to cut it, and then on the down part I've also gone ahead to hem it by using my needle and thread to tack it. Can you see? I tack it using like 2 or 3 inches space difference. So I'll be using this for our sleeve. So I'll go ahead to use it for the sleeve. Then so I'll make sure I place the midpoint of the sleeve to the midpoint of the gown just as shown. So I'll just place it down, then I'll sew it from that midpoint to one end, and then from the midpoint to the other end. That's from this midpoint to the back, then from the midpoint again to the front. Then I'll bring it. So guys, after joining the sleeve, I make sure I join it on the both sides. So this is what we have. So next thing we'll be doing is we're going to be joining the side together. I think we are almost getting there. We're going to be joining the side together, joining the side of the dress together. And one thing again is, while I was sewing, I make sure I notched all the sewn area. I make sure I notch it so that it is going to lay flat. I notch and then iron properly. I believe you can see that very well. So just go ahead to mark our 1.5 inches we added earlier for the allowance, so that we'll go and sew it on our sewing machine. So I believe this tutorial was very, very helpful, because if you understand or followed up to this point, then you are good to go. So I just go ahead to join the back and the front together using the 1.5 inches allowance we added earlier. So this is me trying to mark it. So guys, after joining it, can you see the notch that I'm talking about? Yes, can you see the notch? I make sure I notched everywhere so that it's going to lay very flat. So next thing we'll be doing is we are going to be fixing our zipper. So we are going to be fixing our zipper. Then after that, I'll fix a button to the neckline. Can you see? This is the button I'll be using. So I make sure I fix it to the neckline, and then that is all for this tutorial. I believe it was helpful. Please kindly like, share and comment. And if you have any question, please drop it, and see you in my next video. Bye.